Today we're going to take a look at Fred Warner, track a ball carrier to perfection. First, let's watch the play, and then we'll break it down. You can see Fred Warner sitting right there, 54. Watch how he tracks the ball carrier. All right, now let's take a look at this and break it down. First thing we need to know is the situation. Okay, it's 3rd down and 1. Green Bay has the ball. It's at the 49ers 15-yard line. The personnel grouping is 11. We have a back in the backfield here. We have a tight end up on the ball right here. Formationally, from a defensive perspective, what we have is 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. All right, and the tags for those are cut for this guy, on for this guy. Over here, we have just the off tag, right? So altogether, this is cut on 2, 2 off, right? So cut on 22 off. All right, the backfield set is gun near, right? The quarterback's in shotgun, which makes it gun. The running back is offset to the tight end, which makes it near. So this is gun near. All right, now the 49ers are in what's called a bear front. We'll take a look at that from the other angle. But it's called a bear front because there are 5 D linemen or 5 guys up on the line of scrimmage within the box. All right, and they are in a 0 technique for the nose guard and then 2-3 techniques for the defensive tackles. All right, so that's what constitutes a bear front. They're also in cover 1, meaning they're in man coverage. Okay, so everybody else is manned up. Everyone is manned up except for the free safety. All right, cover 1 means that there is 1 deep player, hence cover 1, and everybody else underneath is going to have man coverage. All right, we have a 5-man rush because we have 5 defensive linemen. So everybody else, there's only 5 guys left besides the 5 down and the 1 safety, and there are 5 eligible receivers, so there'll be 5 on 5. Everybody has 1 guy. In this case, Fred Warner has that running back man to man. All right. So the key here for him is to stay on the back hip of the ball carrier all the way, right? He doesn't technically have a gap. There are gaps that are open, but his responsibility is the running back man to man. So he needs to be able to track him all the way along the play. Right. All right. Now, from the other angle, let's watch Fred Warner. All right. So the key coaching point here is in man coverage is we want to stay on the back hip of the ball carrier. All right. So right now you can see he's pretty much even with it. As he moves, we'll watch this play in slow motion. As he moves, he immediately takes this position of trailing the running back, okay? He lets the running back get out ahead just a little bit, and now he's going to stay in this relationship where he's on the back hip of this ball carrier for the remainder of the play. So you can see here, let's stop it here. See how he's continuing to maintain that relationship the whole way, right? Right there on the backside hip of the ball carrier, a little farther. Still, now he's probably lost him for a second here, but he has some idea of where he's going to show up. Now he has to deal with an offensive lineman. You can see the lineman is in his face, right? He does a good job getting over the top of that block, right? Clearing the outside shoulder of that lineman, right? He doesn't want to go right down the middle of this lineman because that's really a losing proposition. The lineman outweighs him probably by 50, 60 pounds, right? So instead, he clears the shoulder and then gets back downhill again. Now, if we watch it from the other angle, we'll notice his approach angle, and this is important as well. All right, so what's important about this is watch how he presses the line of scrimmage first, right? He doesn't want to give any vertical space between him and the ball carrier or as little as possible. So the first thing he's going to do is close that distance vertically. Notice how he does this. All right, he gets downhill first, all right, to what we call the heels of the defensive line. In other words, he's not going to get all the way up in the line of scrimmage because that would basically take him out of being able to scrape over the top of this trash. All right, so he gets downhill first. That's his first step is downhill to take away that space. But then he has to move laterally because there is no more vertical space to really be taken up without getting caught up in the wash of the defensive line. So now he's scraping over the top. And even at this point, while he's defeating an offensive lineman's block, he's still inside out on the ball carrier, maintaining that inside out relationship with the ball carrier's back hip. All right. And then when he shows up, as soon as he clears that offensive lineman, it's really important for him now to be able to stop all of his lateral momentum. Because if he continues laterally here, he's going to end up going past the ball carrier, but he wants to stay on that backside hip. So you can see he quickly stops by sticking his right foot in the ground and working back to the inside to get in on the tackle. Let's watch it one more time for the other angle. And this is just a really good pro ball player playing good pro ball. Okay, his eyes are on him the whole way. He's tracking. He feels the lineman. He doesn't really necessarily see the lineman except for in his periphery, but he feels that. He gets over the top of it, and now see how he sticks his right foot in the ground to work back inside? Watch. Right there. Okay. Because if he were to continue laterally here, obviously he'd overrun the ball carrier. And his primary goal on a run play in man coverage is to stay inside out on the ball carrier. Really good job by Fred Warner. Really good job by the rest of the 49ers defense. They force a fourth down play. In man coverage, we always want to maintain an inside out position on our man. In this case, it's a run play. Fred Warner does a good job of tracking the ball inside out, clearing an offensive lineman, and then getting back downhill on his path. Till next time.